Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Naneshwari Bhosle and today we continue our series of cybersecurity. So, dividing it into part 5, that is modern cryptographic techniques. So, we'll explore transposition ciphers, mathematical foundations of cryptography like modular arithmetic and Euclidean algorithms, and within modern encryption models, that is STEAM and block cipher. So, grab your notebooks and let's decode the math behind modern security. So let's start with the first slide, that is keyless transposition techniques. That is, it is also called as rail pen cipher. This is one of the simplest transposition techniques. So the algorithm steps are: firstly, we'll write the plain text in zigzag order, like a rail of fence. Then read it row by row, that is step 1 in order row by row. So the example is you dream, we educate. Write it across two lines in a zigzag manner. So read the plain text obtained in row 1 and row 2. The resultant cipher text is YURAWEUAE, and the next is ODEMEDCT. So example of plain text, that is keyless transposition technique. It does not substitute characters, it just scrambles the order, making it easier to implement but not highly secure. The next is modular arithmetic. Cryptography is built on modular arithmetic. It is a concept of number theory. So basically, what it is, it deals with the reminders. For example, 7 mod 5, that is 2. Because if we divide 17 by 5, then 3 remainder is 2. The used extensively in key generation, hash functions, digital signatures, and public key cryptography, that is RSA. Prime numbers and relatively prime numbers are especially important. They form the building blocks of secure keys. In cryptography, there are certain mathematical backgrounds for understanding modern day encryption. It uses mathematics in certain application in cryptographic area. Most certainly, number theory and algebraic techniques are being used. Integer arithmetic, binary operations, prime numbers, which is divided by one or itself, or relative prime numbers, which is two numbers are relatively prime if prime to one another when they have no common factors except one. So let's move on to the next slide, that is greatest common divider, that is GCD. So the GCD of two integers is largest integer that can divide both the integers. So most needed concept of cryptography is GCD and prime number. For example, let us take GCD of 12 and 60, that is 12. So factor of 12 is 1 into 12 and factor of 60 is 2 into 3 into 12. For example, the GCD of 40 and 20 is, let us see factor of 40 is, that is 2 into 2 into 2 into 5, and the factor of 20 is 2 into 2 into 5. So the GCD of 20 the GCD of 40 and 20 would be 2 into 2 into 5, that is 20. So GCD is the largest number that divides two integers without a remainder. Why it matters in cryptography? It is used to determine if numbers are relative prime or not, which is crucial in algorithms like RSA and Diffie-Hellman algorithm. There are two ways to find a GCD: by factorization, or secondly by Euclidean algorithm, which is more efficient. So let us see method 2, that is, okay. So let us see the method 1, that is step 1, R of A mod B. Step 2, if R equals to 0, then go to step 4, else go to step 3, that is A equals to B and B equals to R, then go to step 2. So the GCD equals to B. Let us see GCD of 15 and 12. 15 into 12 equals to 3 and 12 to 3 is 0. Hence GCD of 15 and 12 is 3. Let us see Euclid's or Euclidean algorithm. So Euclidean algorithm is a step-by-step process of compute GCD of two numbers. So Here is the algorithm of Euclidean algorithm of x and y. If step 1 x gives x and y gives y, step 2 if y equals to 0, return x equals to gcd of xy. Next step is r equals to x mod of y. Step 4 y gives r and r gives y. Then go to step 2. So let us see gcd of 36 and 10, that is equal to 6, and 10 of 6 equals to 4, 6 of 4 equals to 2, and gcd of 4 of 2 equals to 0. So this method is highly efficient, especially when working with large integers in public key cryptography. So the next is cryptographic algorithm. It consists of mainly two key aspects, that is algorithm types and algorithm modes. So firstly, algorithm types. It defines the size of plain text that is to be encrypted in each iteration of algorithm, and nextly the algorithm modes, which is defines the cryptographic algorithm keys. There are mainly two types of algorithm, that is stream cipher and block cipher. So all modern cryptography is categorized into two algorithm types. That is stream cipher. Stream cipher means it encrypts one bit at a time. For example, OTP formula C equals to P bitwise XOR between plain text and K key, that is key K. And the block cipher is it encrypts fixed size blocks, that is 64, 128, and 256 bits. For example, AES and DS algorithm. It uses same key for the entire blocks. This cipher defines the foundation of secure data communication. So let us see what is a stream cipher. Stream cipher keys and algorithm are applied to each binary digit in data. So data stream one bit at a time rather than encryption of block of data. Stream cipher operates plain text accepting only one bit at a time. OTP is the best example from stream cipher. OTP each bit of plain text message XOR with each bit of key to obtain cipher text message. So next one is block cipher. So block cipher break plain text message into fixed blocks and encrypt each block with same key size, that is fixed. Divide each plain text into block of 64, 128, and 256 bit and apply common key size, that is 40, 60, 64, 80, 128, 168, 192, and 256 bit, which generate the cipher text message as per size of the plain text. Block cipher is a main method of encrypting text in which keys and algorithm are applied to block of data rather than individual bit like stream cipher. So the next part is confusion and diffusion. So the two principles in modern cipher designs are confusion and diffusion. Character character in plain text is being exchanged, then simultaneously several characteristics of cipher text should be also changed. Diffusion equals to transposition or permutation. Next is each character of cipher text depends on different part of the key. In confusion, the key does not directly related to cipher text. It is classical substitution of cipher. So confusion equals to substitution. So confusion basically obscures relationship between cipher text and key. It is achieved using substitution process. Diffusion basically it spreads plain text statics through the cipher text. It is achieved through transposition or permutation. Together, they create strong encryption by making patterns hard to detect and keys difficult to guess. So let us see symmetric and asymmetric key cryptography. Shared key is required to encryption or decryption process. Symmetric key cryptography and problem of key distribution. So person A wants to send highly confidential letter to person B. So let us see what is symmetric key cryptography. So same key for encryption and decryption is been used. It is fast but difficult to distribute keys securely. For example, AES and DS algorithm. Asymmetric key cryptography. It uses two keys, that is public key and private key. Public key is used for encryption and private key is used for decryption process. It solves the key distribution problem, for example, RSA and ECC. So let us take a scenario that person A wants to send secure message to person B. So A uses B's public key to encrypt and B uses the private key to decrypt the message. So that's how secure email and digital signatures work in real life world today. So today we covered keyless, that is rail fence transposition, modular arithmetic and GCD, and Euclidean algorithm, stream versus block ciphers, confusion and diffusion, and symmetric versus asymmetric key encryption. These are the building blocks of everything from internet banking to encrypted messaging apps. So, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your questions or topic requests in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next video in cybersecurity series. Till then, stay safe and stay secure. Thank you for watching.